What's going on, world? It's your boy Damon Golden. This is the Culturally Correct Podcast. We are back live and direct. We definitely appreciate you guys tuning in and checking this out, man. As always, I'm here with my guy
Rome.
That's right. Today we have a very special guest. She has graced us with her presence before, and she came back for more of that action. You know what I mean? We appreciate her insight. It is the one and the only.
It's your girl, Kanye.
That's right. Hustler extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate hustler. Yes, she is amazing. All right, so we're gonna kick it off like we always do with the what I realized. And I'm gonna go first, I guess.
You got it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. What I realized for me this particular week, for those of you guys who don't know, who don't listen to the podcast, I work in the field of education, and it's very rewarding. It also takes a lot of energy, a lot of patience.
Oh, definitely.
And it can be exhausting at times, but at the same time, it can be very entertaining. Specifically when you're working in a high school. For the most part, I am, considered, to be, one of the cool teachers,
That's what's up.
in a way. But, they still know, like, they can't really get nothing over on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to hold you accountable to what you need to be held accountable to. But at the same time, that, Mr. G is what they call me, is a realist. And so sometimes what that does is that allows me the opportunity to kind of, hear more than the average teacher. Kids feel like they can open up to me, share things with me that they wouldn't normally share with other teachers. And prom just happened, this past weekend. So,
That's
me
exciting.
and my kids, they went to prom, and it was pretty cool. And so, if you guys can remember back to high school, like, there's always, like, drama that lingers before and after prom. You know what I'm saying? And I guess what I realized this week is, even though I am 10 years removed, maybe a little bit more, from high school, it ain't changed. It ain't changed at all. I would say, the same exact characters are still prevalent in high school. You got the jock, the dude who plays basketball, football, like he plays all the sports.
All-American type dude.
Yeah. Highly sought after by all the females, you know what I mean? You got the the super pretty, cheerleader. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who's also, highly sought after. And these were the people who ended up winning, prom court. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow,
that's
like
an
this
always thing. Yeah.
never doesn't change. You know what I mean? It doesn't change. And you got the weird guy who somehow ends up with, like, the really cool girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, but he's like mad lame. How did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so anyways, man, I am constantly entertained by my job, and I'm super grateful for, the entertainment that comes with it. And then also, too, I realized I got 3 weeks left of work, and, you know what I'm saying, I get a chance to enjoy the summer. So
that's quick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I realized.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it. I got it. I can go. You got it. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I realize is that out of everything, professionalism is key. Like, I feel like professionalism can get you places where, like, money can't to a certain extent.
Big facts.
So, like, even for me, I've been fortunate in the last couple of jobs I've had. I didn't necessarily even, like, apply for them. People just recommended me to them. They're like, hey, come on, we got this job position. You should apply for it. You probably gonna get it, like, off top. And I was like, oh, okay. And so, like, just people knowing me, know my professional level, it has gotten me, it's just opened so many doors. And for the simple fact, like, people like me. I have a good personality. And so, like, it's opened doors for me that, like, nothing else could have opened. So I think professionalism is just, like, extremely important. It's important how you carry yourself. So not even professionalism, but, like, your character in general.
I was going to ask you, what do you think the three ingredients are, main ingredients to professionalism?
You definitely have to have a good character. Character is all types of things. Like, if people trust you, if they know that you're a hard worker, if you're timely on what you're supposed to be doing, like it all blends together. And so like I think that's how I end up getting these really cool, interesting positions, and how I keep connecting with other people. Like it said that your network is your net worth. So the more people that I network with, it's like the better my net worth is. And even though like what some people don't understand is that, I mean, you may not be a millionaire right now or even a thousandaire, but if you constantly keep growing and getting to network with people and building relationships with them, like you eventually get there, like especially if you got that hustle. So if you got that hustle on top of a good character and you got professionalism, like you can go anywhere.
Facto.
You can see the world.
Facto. So I hear integrity being a huge thing.
Definitely have to have integrity.
Have you ever? No, it's kind of a personal question. So if you don't feel comfortable answering it, we'll just say pass. Have you ever left an employer in a bad state?
I don't think so. I think that any
like you can go back to any job. You think like you can go back and apply with good conscience to. Like you didn't leave on a bad note, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if I can go back. I don't know if I want to go back.
No, not that you want to, but you know.
Bro, me? Oh.
Yeah, bro. How about you?
Man, I burnt some real hard bridges.
You burnt some bridges, bro?
On purpose. I didn't want to be able to come back to a place. I'm like, listen, I'll make sure I won't have this idea. If I do, you be like, no.
Right. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes once you leave somewhere, you kind of got a mutual understanding, like, hey, like it's a done data. Like, ain't no, on both parts, I don't want to be back, you know what I'm saying? And don't nobody want you back if you don't want to be back. Like, you already done made that established, like,
right.
Deuces.
Well, I know this sometimes.
I gave everybody a notice. I have just left.
Oh, okay.
Everybody got no. It might have been like, hey, this is my last. I won't be in today.
They were notified.
They were notified. I think this is like, hey, they was calling me, asking me where I was at.
Right. No, I get it, man. I always try to tell young people, you know, to leave. You know, to leave the best way you can, because you never know.
Yeah, I think I leave on the best way possible, but you know, some circumstances. But no, at the end of the day, if someone's a call and asks about, you know, my worth ethic, they gonna say something good. Like they can't say nothing bad about.
Okay. Yeah, I got jobs I don't put down.
Yeah, there's some things you just don't put on the
paper. Yeah,
makes sense.
My thing is I'm very open-minded. I mean, not open. I express my opinion, and sometimes my employers may not agree with my personal opinion about certain things. And you know, some of my employers, they low-key be kind of racist and prejudiced about some things. And so I speak my voice about, hey, like I feel like you treat me funny because I'm a black woman. They'd be like, well, hold up now. Hold on. No, don't go there. You know, so like, you know, because
they don't want that lawsuit.
I know what I'm talking about, but they don't want to, you know, so yeah, but it's not my worth ethic. It's just, I guess you can say creative differences sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Rome, what you realize, brother?
What I realized this week, that the last time a J and a Dame got together, they was historical.
Facto.
So, with that said, me, Jerome, and Damon, we have came up in the world a little bit.
Yep.
Became true business partners.
Facto.
Less than a year, we got a big long-term contract. So I'm excited. I'm just excited about all the news, all the hard work. It goes back to like professionalism. Talked to this dude all last week. Every day was I get it over. And I was like, man, this ain't no. I stopped telling Dame about it. Like, I stopped giving him update. Dame like, you heard anything? I'm like, no, we're not even going. But no, it happened, and so I'm excited. It's just excitement that what you put in the world comes back.
Oh, definitely.
No bad karma around right now.
That's good, man. I also realized, man, Rome got a nice haircut, man.
It's crispy.
Yeah, man. Like, it was super crispy for the event, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that came out to the all black affair. That's a nice haircut, Rome.
Appreciate it. My barber for 15 years now.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. There we go.
Veteran in the game. Okay.
So yeah, I just go sit down and he know what I want.
Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. Well, hey man, listen. In recent news, we found out that America's favorite dad. America's favorite Heathcliff. Heathcliff, Dr. Huxtable. Like,
man.
First of all, before we jump into this, anybody want to share their favorite episode real quick? I mean, because they're going to kill it.
Never killed that guy.
Let's kind of let it
No
live.
more TV One action.
Let's kind of let it live just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, before they actually fully kill this thing. Like, I'm gonna go with mine. I'm gonna go with my favorite. My favorite Cosby episode. I got plenty of them. Fact though, I got like eight of the seasons upstairs on DVD.
Wow.
I have it. You know what I'm saying?
Might as well burn them now. No.
Nah, we're not gonna burn them. I'm actually gonna play them all weekend, man. We just gonna have a memorial. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so my favorite would have to be. And it's a famous one, man. I actually use it in my classroom sometimes as a teacher moment for my kids that I teach, and it is when Theo, was in a situation where his dad, Heathcliff Bill, was trying to teach him about life and about money and things of that nature, and they got out the Monopoly money. And because what happened was Theo was like, I don't need to graduate high school.
Wow.
I can get a regular job. And Bill was like, a regular job? He was like, yeah. Regular job, like regular people. And it was a great, it was a great scene because he was like, he said, Dad, if Mom wasn't a lawyer, I wouldn't love her any less. He said, Dad, if you weren't a doctor, I wouldn't love you any less. And he said, so, why don't you just accept me, accept the fact that, I'm just a regular person.
He wants to accept the fact he wants to be a bum.
Yeah, he said, accept the fact that I'm just a regular person and love me anyway. And it was like a huge, like the crowd went, and it was like real soft. And then out of nowhere, Bill was like, Theo, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He was like, you gonna go out here, you gonna get these grades, you gonna do it because I said so. You gonna do it because I'm your father. I brought you in this world. I take you out. But anyways, before that, he sat down, he gave him some money out of the Monopoly board, and he ran down bills, he ran down, expenses and things of that nature. And it was a whole exercise for Theo to realize that, man, like, I probably should give a little bit more effort, in the classroom in hopes that, I can get a better job because I don't want to live like regular people.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this kind of goes back to that whole mindset that we had in the late 80s, early 90s of sending kids to college is like, that was just like a standard, which I don't know if I completely agree with now. But anyways, that was my favorite Bill Cosby, the Cosby Show episode, man. I have a lot of them, but that one, because the pilot was actually really dope too. So anyways,
wow. Like, okay, so I can't say that I was a super like Cosby Show fan.
You didn't watch it.
Hold up now. I watched the show, but I can't be like, oh my gosh, episode 10 when what I'm saying? Like, I can't, season 3, like, I can't do that. But I will say I like the episodes when they when Bill Cosby's parents used to come. I think it was Cosby's like the grandparents would come over.
Yeah,
because they always be spitting on facts, like they be sitting down. They used to get deep though, like
facts,
they used to get super deep. Or then like when they had the episodes where like all of a sudden they just break out into like some like little musical or something. I'd be like, okay,
lip sync.
Yeah,
that was one.
Baby.
That's my episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your episode.
That was my episode. That one where they all sung the Ray Charles one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah, that was my.
Okay, now this wasn't planned, so if you guys don't have an answer to this, that's fine. What character did you most relate to?
I was Theo.
Theo?
I was Theo.
That's a cop-out answer, ain't it?
Oh, how's a cop out answer?
I figured I'm gonna tell you who I thought you was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say which one is the one that was supposed to be like the biggest like sex symbol in the 80s? Denise?
Yeah, that's
what's her name?
Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet.
And the reason why I say I thought that you were going to say her is because maybe I'm projecting because maybe that's mine and I'm just projecting.
You was hoping
So
I'm
going to take that was me, and the reason why is because it seemed like she was always like searching for you know what I mean, her purpose. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like she was always like I would say that she probably represents millennials.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, real talk, she really, literally represents millennials right now. Because that's us. Facts. Seriously.
I think she struggled with, there was this box that her parents created that they wanted her to fit in. And I think her vision, I think that her dreams were bigger than that. And I don't think that was negative. I don't think that, there was bad parenting that did that. I just think that, hey, listen, your father's a doctor. Right. Your mom's a lawyer. Like,
you're going to have to be a scientist or something. Like, you need to be a scientist.
You need to be here or better. Like, okay. That's asking a
NASA,
lot.
Like, you need to work for NASA. That's a lot of pressure.
And so you parallel that with, okay, so millennials are being raised by people who had the luxury of having these, like, factory jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, you guys were able to leave high school and get great paying salaries and great paying jobs. We ain't got that luxury no more. Like, y'all messed that up for us because y'all was like drinking at lunch. Like, and because y'all were represented by the union, ain't nobody saying that to y'all. Y'all over there toasted.
Drunk on a job.
Right, yeah. So now GM was like, listen, we're going to send these jobs over here. Somebody's going to work, and they're not going to ask for no health insurance. So anyways, it's facts. I mean, it's good business.
What happens.
That's good business.
It got to be good business. Listen. Okay, so anyways, Bill recently has been convicted, I believe, in a civil suit. I don't, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, it's criminal.
It was a retrial, wasn't it?
For the criminal. He's facing 10 years.
Civil,
you
wow.
can't get,
I thought it was 30 years.
He got all 3 counts, which are 10 years apiece.
Yeah, that's
But they never say.
They run congruent.
They don't never say they run concurrent or consecutive.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Because concurrent mean they run at the same time, which is 10 years. And depending on how it's set up, that's 5.
Right.
Yeah.
And they sentenced him to prison for 10 years. He's facing up to 10 years on each count. So he didn't get sentenced yet.
Right,
it's just,
it'd be about 2 months, I think, before he gets sentenced.
And then he could get 10 years probation. He might not. They don't try to make an example out of him. I think he's gonna do 10, just 10. They don't make it concurrent. They ain't gonna give him he's gonna die in jail. He's 80.
Yeah. If they give him 10, yeah.
But it's depending on the state laws.
He's 80 right now.
Yeah, he's 80 right now. Could you imagine being 80 years old going to prison, facing prison time?
That bed gotta be horrible.
Man, you going from your California king.
Right.
That's terrible.
Slippers.
Nice little robe and stuff.
Man. Okay,
oh my gosh.
So obviously,
I would have left. I wouldn't have made it to my court dates. I would have been out the country. They wouldn't have charged me with nothing.
You've been on your island.
Gone. Name change and everything. Like, what you mean? Court date.
That man's net worth is crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
It's super crazy. Here's my one of my biggest issues with the whole thing. And I don't want to sound like I am being I don't want to not be sensitive to the women who accused Bill Cosby, but from my knowledge, before he got famous, he was married. Right before, like, he really started to like have like clout. Right, okay. He was married. Right. And so for me, it comes off as like mad suspicious when, and I'm not saying that this did not happen. Please don't make it sound, but it comes off mad suspicious that, someone, cries rape, or says that they were raped, when they willingly went up to the room,
I mean,
knowing that the dude's married.
That's the same thing as like, that no means no. So like, let's say you and a woman, y'all together and y'all about to start, you feel me? But she changes her mind. A woman has a right to change her mind. So, I mean, they could have went up to the room, but they could have, but you can change your mind. You can be
knowing that he's married.
It don't matter.
You're going up to the room. You know what's about to happen?
Some women are stupid. And so, people are stupid. But like, if Bill Cosby's like, you're like, you love Bill Cosby. That's your favorite comedian. It would
40 of them, though?
Listen, yeah, you can find 40 people who used to love Bill Cosby back in the day. That's the equivalent of, okay, like, I don't think I have a favorite comedian, but like, let's say Mike Epps was in town, was like, oh, like, you should come over. Like, we about to get it popping. Like, he from Indianapolis, from Indiana. Hey, like, let's go. Right. So I gets there, you feel me? I'm chilling. He like, you want something to drink? I'm like, sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm hanging with, you know what I'm saying? You on Snapchat, you crunk, all
Correct,
that.
though.
Then all of a sudden, you like, dang, like, what am I drinking?
Strong.
Like, this drink stronger than mug. Like, I done had Moet plenty times. Like, what's really going on? And then you get all dizzy, you passed out, you wake up, you in the bed, you like, hold up, like, I was just in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes when it comes to famous people, like, you get head hype. Like, it would be the equivalent if Rihanna was like, dang, come up, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody, whoever you like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who was the Robin Thicke's wife? His first
Paula Patton.
Now, Paula Patton's.
Okay, so Paula Patton, like, hey, I got a studio in my house, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's drop some music for me.
Oh, come on.
You gonna be in that studio, okay? And then she dropped that little.
I got raped. Man, she took advantage of me.
She dropped that thing in your drink. You know what I'm saying?
I got raped, man. I don't know. But no,
that's how I like. I'm not saying that it possibly could have been just like, oh, like we gonna go, and they may not have known that they was gonna be alone. Okay, let me use a real life example.
Okay.
This dude I had class with, he was like, hey, like, I'm going to have a little kickback at my house. You should come over. I didn't have no car at the time. I was like, well, you have to pick me up. Like, he was like, oh, it's nothing. I am assuming that, like, there's going to be it's a kickback.
Like,
it's like, it's about to be crunk. I'm like, okay. I knew his personality. I was like, it's probably going to be fun. We get there, it's me and him. I'm like, bro, where is everybody at? Are they on their way? Like, what's up right now? Like, he really tried to put me in a situation. And, like, I wasn't expecting that. You feel me? Like, that's not what I came there for.
Yeah, but here, and I'm with you, and I'm not saying, listen, if Bill Cosby really raped these women, he deserves to rot in jail.
Pill did it.
Okay, if Bill Cosby did it, he did. And I believe he gave him some pills.
He mentioned it in some of his jokes, though.
Right, no, I'm with you. I believe he gave him pills.
I'm popping pill in y'all drinks right now.
But let me go back to your real life situation.
Yeah.
If you had knowledge that this person was married, are you still going?
It depends on how cool we are. Like, because if we real cool, and I'm assuming that there's gonna be other people there, I'm like, okay, maybe he got some single homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he can. I mean, it really depends on the circumstance. It depends how close you are with that person. I would like to say no, but yeah,
just depends, huh?
It just depends.
Seems mighty fishy to me.
It just depends.
Like Nemo and Dory, all. Kicking it.
Yeah, it just depends.
Okay.
But yeah, he made pulled a little fat. Men can be kind of tricky though.
Did he do it wrong?
I don't know. No clue.
Wrong. What's your gut tell you?
I don't know.
Well, talk to your gut.
He ain't got no gut right now.
No, I mean, my only issue with the whole thing, and I understand how it works. It's just the time aspect. How long? Like. Mm-hmm. Like, we're shocked by the number 40. Okay, I'll give you that. But out of that 40, none of them ever said, anything like.
But some of them did though. But they got paid off. They kind of got swept under the rug. And like what?
Okay, so I'm saying, did you accept it? Did you accept the payment?
Some of them did. Some of them accepted the payment.
Hey, you gotta stay true to your
But then they take payment. I mean, me being devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Are they paying the hush? Hey, because we all know he's married, or is it hush? He did wrong. Because I don't think you.
There we go. That is very, very interesting. Because I could be paying you because I don't want to mess up this happy home.
I mean, it had happened multiple times. I don't know his wife's name, but I mean, after like 3, 4, 5, 1, 2,
Camille?
3, 4, 5, 6,
Camille.
7, 8. Like, come on, like after a minute.
Well, who knows what her situation was, and she could have. I don't know Camille. I feel like most people don't know Camille.
No.
Like that, you know what I mean? But
Ultimately,
could be a situation where there wasn't a, you know, not. It's probably a better situation to stay with him. Yeah, I mean, she probably got used to a lifestyle.
Maybe she don't care. Maybe she haven't.
Maybe they had an agreement.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, that's what I think happened
exactly.
with Tristan Thompson and Chloe. There's no way that like, and I think the same thing happened with Kevin Hart. I think the agreement was don't get caught.
I can feel that.
Don't embarrass me.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna be out here embarrassing me in these streets. Yeah,
Exactly. Don't know when a woman want to be.
I think that was a situation where, you know.
Cause I feel like for me, after a while, if people kept saying that my husband kept doing this, I don't know if I want. I don't care if I'm living comfortably. I live comfortably with that little payment I'm about to get from this divorce check. Okay, like, I'm not staying.
it's crazy. Imagine if he raped 40. Imagine how many women just he like smash. You know.
That's just nasty. I don't want to think about that.
Like,
I guess.
is he getting Wilt numbers? Remember Wilt? Like, you know what I mean?
Wilt was taking him down.
He ain't got no scandals.
Nah, man. It's a sad day, man. And the reason why I say it's a sad day, like I said, and I'll continue to say, if he did it, he deserves to rot in prison. But there are probably 10 to 15 other people who are famous, who have escaped this demise that
And none
Bill
of them should escape.
Right.
Yeah.
The main difference between them and him is the color of his skin.
Right.
And not gonna say that that's, you know, that played a role, but I will say this is America.
You know that played a role. Homeboy was out here giving people AIDS.
Who?
Charlie Sheen.
Yes. How can you be out here giving people AIDS and you not locked up? Real talk. No. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I know. I just thought he just exposed them, so I didn't think he gave nobody AIDS. Like
What's the difference?
That's almost the same thing to me. Like
I don't want to be exposed. I'm sorry. Like, I just signed up for this. Like,
I did not give it to you. I just exposed it to you. There's a big difference.
You won't receive it.
It's a big difference. I'm exposing you to it. Like, what? No.
take those ribs.
It sounded like, yeah, baby, you can expose me to it. I don't really want
I mean, listen. We all had that point. Somebody gave you that call, said, "Hey, you might want to go to the doctor." You ain't been there?
No. Ain't nobody called me
Hell
like
no,
that.
bro.
Like, what?
I'm the only one who had a scare. You can't tell me that I'm the only one. Whatever.
You are hands down. In this room, you're the only one.
I can't.
Whatever. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you.
I
I'm
have some
just
scares.
saying.
Look.
You said some. Shut the podcast down right now. We need to redo this.
My God stepped out on like the faith of a mustard seed. He said, "We've all." No, we haven't, bro. My God said, "No, we."
Confidently.
Again. All the faith in the world.
Oh
He
my
said,
gosh.
we've all been there when we got that call saying you might want to go to the doctor. Rome, that is you and you only, buddy. Like, So about that, Ron, what happened when you got the call?
Man, you're like
First of all, before we get there, have you got this call more than once? Oh, wow.
It sounds like
Ron, we got to talk about your lifestyle choices, man. I know you're a changed man. Things are good now, but what I'm saying is...
Oh, man.
wow.
He was so confident.
Listen,
We've all been there.
I'm trying to stop laughing. Oh
Anytime, listen, from here on out, anytime you say we've all been there, I'm going to automatically assume I've never been there. We've all been there.
wow.
Oh, man.
Man. Oh, Jesus.
So it's happened
Multiple
twice?
times, couple times.
Couple is in 2 or couples in 4-5?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's getting worse. Like, you don't necessarily have to remember how many times.
Just
you know
lie
what
to
mean,
us. I
you've
don't want to hear
had,
the truth.
You know, elephant ears. You know what I'm
But
saying? You should know how many times you've got a phone
More than
call.
2, less than 5.
Okay, there we go.
There
Somewhere
we
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
He's just out here gambling. He's just shaking the
Wow.
dice like, listen, I don't know if I'm going to crap out or not, but...
Wow.
Listen, I feel a lot judging. I feel
I'm
really,
not- I'm
it's
try-
really judgy today.
Hey,
It's
you
a
know.
judgy situation
Oh my
over here.
God.
No, I mean, I think it's more so amazement. You know what I mean? I think that is probably less judging, more astonishment.
Yeah, that
Didn't know you was
definitely.
out here.
Yeah,
Didn't know you were Bill Cosby. Hey, guys, we found Bill.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Wow.
Listen,
I pray. I ain't got that call before.
Come on, you ever got that call?
Never in my life. Oh my god.
Bro, so what happened when that call was like? Was it a situation? Okay, let me ask you this. Here's the question. It's happened multiple times. We're saying 5. Is that what we said?
no,
No, I'm just trying to figure out.
Anywhere between 2 to 5.
2 to
I'm trying to figure
5.
out the number. So
I
5.
just wouldn't want to have sex no more. Like that's. Oh, okay. But no.
All right. Okay.
Like some movie.
So when you have scares.
No one's saying that. Come on. I think we all can agree that we're not willing to give that up. Okay, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know, listen to the podcast. I've been a side dude before. It's just
Wow.
Yeah.
so it's
Situations.
the situations.
Wow. Okay. So you.
So what's going through your mind as you're making your appointment?
Like, so you just call. Like, I don't go to the free. Call my doctor. Hey, I got an appointment. What you need? I just need a checkout.
Check-up? Need
Yeah.
a physical.
So then you get up
You ain't
there.
playing no sports.
Been out of school for like 11 years.
Hey, I need a physical real quick. The local rec team said they need one on file for me to. The church league said I gotta have.
I took physical for jobs
participate.
before. Listen,
Okay.
listen. And so then you tell them when you get up there, and then they be like, "I'm gonna just give you this in case you have this, because we gotta wait till results
I
come
ain't never
back."
got an in case shot.
Wow.
Yep.
Ooh, you must have looked suspicious, so they just gave you the in case stuff.
When you they
They know your history. They ask those questions. How many partners have you been?
Oh my gosh.
Shoot, how many times have you been infected? More than 2, less than 5. Well, Mr. Johnson, I think that
listen, all scares.
okay. So we're good now, though.
Yeah, I mean, I never had any problems with scares.
Okay, good.
That's what's
good.
up. That's what's up.
Woo. Well, I definitely learned a lot
Yes.
in the last 5 minutes, man.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I think I'm pregnant. Scares.
Listen, speaking of scares, this previous week, I would say that our man Kanye gave us all a great scare. I think he's still scaring us.
I think Kanye's scared. Like
Have you heard the joint with him and T.I.?
I did not hear that. I'm mad.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Wow.
Now I'm mad.
I only heard the Ye versus the people.
Yeah, that's
That's
him
the
and
one
T.I.
with Ty. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
It was the whole thing where T.I. is like the average, black person questioning Kanye's motives and tactics. Essentially, that's the that is the
theme of
it. Yeah.
So do y'all think it's a publicity stunt, or you think he like this is true? Like he really?
I don't know, man.
I think it's a terrible publicity stunt if that's the case.
I think it's right on par. Because he always does something way out there. His way out there had to go way out there this time. Like, because even if people
give me something, and I could just be missing it. Give me something that he's done that was way out there.
George Bush hate white people. I mean, black people.
Yeah, but how can you go from George Bush hate black people to I support?
We legit all felt
Donald
that.
Trump.
Like this was during Katrina. Like,
Yeah, but white people don't like it. White people hear that. It's that same mark. What's so crazy is that he's based. I mean, it's not even crazy that George Bush, Donald Trump, they're closer to each other than him and Trump should be. You know what I mean? Like Bush he like hated Bush so much, but he loves Donald Trump. It's like,
yeah.
So
authentic? You think it's authentic?
I think it's a little both. We all know Trump is for business people. And at that point and how far they up that ladder, they're business people. They like the tax breaks and the tax cuts and the less money they pay. So I think we don't know his views. He hasn't said what he likes or dislikes.
I mean, we know what old Kanye liked and disliked. I just knew Kanye.
I just don't know. Like, he just says he likes Trump. Like, it could be solely based on money. It could be solely based on that. Because that's who benefited him at the time. We all go to who benefits us. And so whatever benefit he is getting is, I think, is leading him. But controversy right before he drop a couple songs, right before his album come out.
Is his album coming out like soon?
June 1st, June 4th.
7th, I think.
Yeah, so
okay.
A month.
Maybe he'll rap about it.
But he's on somebody else's album who come out in May. He's doing Nas' album. He said he's on like
Pusha T. Him and Kid Cudi got an album. He has his own album. He produced Nas' album or produced on Nas' album, and
I feel like Nas' album gonna be hard though.
Tiana Taylor's album.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
And a Pusha T, which I'm looking forward to a Pusha T project. He's always been one of my faves.
Really?
Oh yeah, facts. So it was it spring? I think it was spring 2008. I'm walking in front of Tecumseh, which was the student cafeteria of Vincennes University.
Okay.
And one of my buddies from Chicago was telling me that Kanye West's mom passed.
Yeah.
It might have been spring. It could have been 2007. I can't remember. Long story short, I remember having the thought that this is either going to propel Kanye in a positive direction, or a negative direction. You know, because anyone who was a Kanye fan knew that like his mom was like mad important to who he was. You know what I mean? He not only did he have a whole song devoted to her,
sure
but he also had a few. One of his hardest lines. I'm forgetting the song, but he was like, my mom got arrested for the sit-ins, and with that in my blood, I was born to be different. You know what I mean? And he always bigged his mom up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely did.
And so I knew that was a crucial loss for him, as it would be for anyone. But probably him more so because she raised him.
Yeah.
And so we always hear that phrase that money can't buy you happiness, and I somewhat believe that. I think that it can alleviate a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
But also too, I think if you have access to a lot of money, it could also distract you from like self-care sometimes. And I'm willing to believe or to say that, and maybe, and I'm not trying to give him an out, Because what he's saying is wrong. What he's doing is wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's no way you should be aligning yourself with someone who has the views that this president has. But at the same time, I will say that when someone doesn't stop to take care of themselves or deal with their issues, this is what I'm chalking it up to. I just don't think that he's been right since his mom passed. And if you go back through the discography,
oh yeah,
it kind of throws you off because I think either during his mom passing or right after his mom passed, 808s and a Heartbreak Breaks dropped.
Yeah, it sure did.
It was mad classic.
Yeah.
Super classic. Then he gives us Watch the Throne with Jay.
Yeah.
Another classic. And then he follows that up with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Amazing classic. And that album is my favorite Kanye album.
Really?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
Monster, Runaway, All of the Lights. I mean, it was jam-packed with like everything that was dope. Having Nicki Minaj, like he introduced Nicki Minaj to like a whole nother. She probably had the hardest verse on the whole album, really. You know what I mean? Anyways, then after that, we get Yeezus.
Right.
Bro, like, what is this?
I love Kanye. Up until after 808, I stopped listening to him. It started to get a little too demonic to me. I don't really like, that's not my vein. I can't listen to something that I feel like is like way extreme, especially some of his music videos that he was putting out and stuff like that. Like I was cool off that. I was cool, but like he was, when you talking about like music, I loved Kanye, but after 808s, I can't say I didn't listen to him at all, but I really fell back. I fell back a lot. I fell back. I fell back a lot.
There was a couple other hits on that joint too, though.
It was a lot. Oh, what is that? Devil in a New Dress?
Fire with him and Ross. Whew. Anyways, so and then you got The Life of Pablo, which really half of that was trash. If I'm just being honest, I went to the concert, loved it.
Yeah.
But I can probably name the 10 best songs on there, like, and it was 18 of them bad boys. So I don't know, man. I think that maybe him not dealing with that loss is catching up to him, and it's causing him to make some decisions that I don't know if he would normally make. First of all, I have every confidence he probably wouldn't be with Kim if his mom was still around.
I would agree.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Every song he has ever made has like came to that bridge.
What are you talking about?
So Kanye raps about it. He raps about it. What he say? He don't make his money. He don't leave you for a white girl. He said it. And then
was he saying he was gonna do that, or was he like?
He was talking about fame and money. He don't make it, and then he don't leave you. What happened? First 2 albums, he was all in love with his Delta.
Oh,
so
I don't know who he was involved with before Kim. Honestly,
it was his.
Yeah, somebody that was with him before he
got famous. Before he got big.
I don't think he mentioned her on Late Registration, but he definitely mentioned her on College Dropout for sure.
Yep. And then
Through the Wire.
Yep. And then
I forgot Amber Rose. Yeah, he was with Amber Rose too.
He was there for a minute.
She's black.
Is she?
Amber Rose?
I don't know nothing about Amber Rose. I don't follow people like that. Like I do and I don't.
Are you a colorist, sis?
My what?
A colorist?
What's that?
I don't know.
Give me a definition.
That she has colorism.
Colorism, yeah.
Oh, colorism?
She's just really light skinned, so.
I mean, I really don't know what she was. I never.
Okay, all right.
It wasn't her cup of tea to follow.
Yeah, okay. I don't really care. I didn't care what she was.
After Ye, she dated Wiz and
got
now
pregnant.
She's dating 21 Savage.
21. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So,
and then he said around, almost he alluded to her and Reggie Bush where he said she always interested in the captain of the football teams. And so when that verse came out, her and Reggie Bush was together.
So you saying he didn't have his eye on her?
If I track it for you, I might do my Googles today. But he has made references to all that action with her in a lot of songs.
So he seen the flick with her and Ray J and was like, I gotta have her.
I don't know. Have no clue why. It could be the Kardashian curse.
It could be it, man. All I know is that, you know what I mean, it was, for me, being a super, Kanye West fan, he still is. I'm not taking him out of my top 5 all time.
You ain't unfollowing him?
I don't think I follow him now. I gotta go look for him in order to see what he's tweeting. But I'm not on Twitter like that, and I don't follow his Instagram because he's not active. I don't follow any celebrity really on Facebook, so no, I don't follow him. So I'm not. There's no reason for me to unfollow him. Will I listen to the music? I will definitely stream it. I pay for music. I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
But it's weird for me to say this, coming from where, we come from as far as like our age, but we don't need Kanye no more.
You don't think so?
We don't. Kendrick is doing it for us. Cole is doing it for us. I think. Yeah, I mean, I'll just be real.
I don't really know if
Wale, Big Shot, they're doing it for me. You know
but
what I'm
I
saying?
think Kanye was more than just like, I think they're doing it for us as far as like lyrics are concerned. But if you think of Kanye and even like the way he portrays himself or the way he talks about himself, like he feels like he's literally like
A
the
god.
Picasso and stuff like that. And even though, there's some lyricists, Kanye brought a little bit to fashion, in the music industry, because the way that he dressed and stuff like that, he feels very highly about that.
Fact though.
I mean, if you take J. Cole, he dresses like some little dude who about to go play basketball. Like, even I went to his concert before. He literally had on some basketball shorts, some tennis shoes, and a t-shirt. Like,
Love it.
That's not really, fashion. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, so, but I don't think that we'll ever. Right now, there's nobody who can replace Kanye, in my opinion, when it comes to not just music but overall.
Yeah, I was only referring to music.
Music, you got some people who's pretty stand up.
Yeah, musically, we don't need Kanye. What are you thinking, Rome?
I don't know. I think we don't need.
I can't take Kanye at the picture though. I don't even like dude like that, and I can't even. I not no more, but I can't say like
we don't need it. Like, look, when you go back and look at it, man, this is just being one thou out. The man went like 6 for 6, meaning that his first 6-7 projects were flawless. Like you can't. Jay didn't do that.
Nah.
There's no artist that has done that. College Dropout, classic. Late Registration, classic. Graduation, classic.
Ooh, yeah.
808s and a Heartbreak, classic.
Yep.
Watch the Throne, classic. What's the one? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, classic. He went 6 for 6. He didn't miss.
Nah, he was definitely.
You've given us 6. You've
He
given
gave
us
us enough.
You've given us enough. Gonna be crazy.
So
He crazy. You
You deserve
Don't
it.
be crazy now. Don't
I
be
just
crazy.
I just think it's in line. I mean, he wore the hat before. We all knew it, but he put it back in your imagery.
I didn't know he wore the hat before, honestly.
Now that you say it, I remember it, but that wasn't in my.
Bank Queen.
I
You
never
first
seen
seen
him
it.
in the hat.
Yep, he supported him during the run.
Real talk.
Yep.
Wow.
So I wasn't surprised, but then it got everything stirred again. I was like, makes sense. After he drops the whole, I'm working on this album, get you all excited. Then boom, some controversy.
Yeah.
His face everywhere. We're talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. But I don't know. I think it's good planning. His publicist is very.
I mean, but answer the question: do we need Kanye?
I think we need bits of Kanye.
On a production level, I say definitely yes.
I think we need just a glimpse of it because we need to fill that void. Like you need that production value out of him.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but his best productions are always his albums when he has full say as a whole production. Like. To me, all his we all know all his albums tell story.
Right.
All of them. how he leads in from one song to another. It's like
I wouldn't say all of them. I don't know what the story would have been on Yeezus.
Yeah, I honestly,
or
Yeezus.
Life of Pablo. I don't know what the I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just more complex than my brain.
Sometimes the music videos though tell the story more so. Like his music videos connect more so.
Life of Pablo. He had the music video with Tiana Taylor working out. Then he had the joint where he's in bed with all these other celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That that creeped me out really. I seen the clip of it and I never watched. It creeped me out like that. That creeped.
So you don't like scary movies?
I don't. That creeped me out.
Life of Pablo is not. It's not even on my bottom of my list. I really like the Life of Pablo. To me, it spoke to me like in many places. I think, like you said, it might be the least storytelling in the whole production than his previous one. But I think he worked on each title or each track telling this its own story.
I can't wait to see his production of other people's stuff. Like, like he making full projects for these folks, ain't he?
Yeah, Tiana Taylor said that, like, production-wise, she got the yay. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see what his production game like. It's been trash these last couple albums from him.
He could be the new Dre. Dre stopped making albums and just producing.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, Kanye, you've done enough. You went 6 for 6. We appreciate. Oh, listen, man, that's
telling him to sit down.
You
basically.
realize how great that is?
I mean, it's wonderful.
Going 6 for 6, man.
If you're creative, though, it's never gonna be enough. Like, if Kanye's a true creative, I don't think it's ever gonna be enough.
Well, I'm glad I got my pair of Yeezys out the way. I'm not buying no more. I can't rock with him. I'm sorry. Love you, Ye. You helped raise me, actually. But at this moment, where we are today, can't rock with you, bud. Can't do it.
Yeah, I still rock with la 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 la. Wait till I get my money.
Hey.
Right. Hey. I had a dream I could. No, I'm cool.
No. What's the wackest song on that graduation project?
The wackest song on graduation?
Say it. Let's all say it together, okay? Hey, let me know when y'all got it.
I don't know if I'm going to say the same song.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Let's see what happens. Do you have it?
Thinking. Let me look at this list on graduation just in case I speak wrong.
I know exactly what it is, and we're all gonna say it together. Yeah, buddy.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting. I don't even have to look. Y'all looking it up. I don't need to look. We all gonna say the same thing.
I don't know.
You looking at it?
I mean, I am. I know which one I didn't like, but I don't know if it's gonna be the same one.
Rome over here trying to play the whole album.
Right.
You got it, Rome? You looking at it? Y'all ready?
Can you just say it?
Nah, we're gonna say it together, okay? On the count of 3. Y'all ready? Rome, you ready?
I changed my mind. I think I kind of like that one.
You got it? 1, 2, 3.
Drunken hot girls.
Trash. Trash. That's the only joint that got skipped.
Good Morning was hard. Champion, that was hard.
It's Drunken Hot Girl off the album. That's his
Stronger was annoying, low key.
It was annoying
because they played it out.
Yeah, it was a hit.
Hey, I Wonder was my. Ooh, that's. Hey.
I wonder.
No. Good life, go hard. Can't tell me no. Oh, hey. And this is Barry Bonds.
Right.
We out of here, baby.
Hey.
Oh, Drunken Hot Girls do kind of make you.
Nobody listened to that.
Flashing Lights. Oh, Flashing Lights was hard.
Imagine if he would have took Drunken Hot Girls off of there. That thing would have been.
Homecoming.
And it was
bearable.
And it was a
you knew
success.
Something good was coming after that.
It was a success too. People love Drunken Hot Girls.
It's terrible.
I don't know. No, I mean, yeah.
La da 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 da.
Yeah, Drunken Hot Girls.
We go through too much booze just to mess with these drunken hot girls. We go through too much. Anyway, so Kanye, man, you've done enough, bro. We appreciate you.
Hang it up.
No, hang it up. But just know that if you keep going this route,
He's losing us.
I feel like he could come out with an album like, once every 3 years or something like that.
Knowing that this man,
he crazy though.
Okay.
Hey, real talk though. If Kanye was an R&B singer after his mom died, he'd have nothing but the hits. He would be the Mary J. Blige of R&B. Tell me he wouldn't. Tell me he wouldn't. He mad.
I will say, he dang near. Well, he got the playbook from Kid Cudi for the most part, but he did with 808s and a Heartbreak. He might have did Drake better than Drake does Drake. Wow.
Yeah.
He should just stop rapping and just come out with R&B hits. I'll go with it because I feel like he got some built up stuff in him like that. That's he about to be just like Mary. Anytime she get heartbroken, her city about to be hot. Tell me it ain't gonna be hot.
I've never listened to an entire Mary project.
Oh my god!
So her first one,
when her Casey and JoJo broke up,
those are all like your favorite hits from the '90s, like Rolls Royce and them. She sung all of them.
Let Kanye be an R&B singer. Hits,
huh?
Hits.
Wow.
Oh.
I think this is how we should end this one. If you could say anything, if you could leave a voicemail to Kanye right now.
Oh, voicemail.
What would you say? I want Rome to go first.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Because I feel like you done been through a lot. I feel like you can start the conversation off with, go, boom, we're now sending you to Kanye's voicemail. It'd be, hey, Kanye is wrong. Listen, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Oh my god!
All right, what would you say to if you got Kanye's voicemail? What do you say? What message do you leave?
Keep doing what you doing, Kanye. Don't think about everybody else and keep doing what you doing.
And I would get on the phone and say, that's bullshit, Kanye. Don't keep doing what you're doing.
Fuck everybody else. Live your life.
Don't do it.
Keep living your best life.
You're wrong. This is not your best. That'll be me on the other. I'm in the back. It's not your best, Kanye. It's not it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's actually trash, Kanye.
Oh.
Kamaya, what are you saying if you get Kanye's voicemail?
Okay. Boop. Hey Kanye, this is Kamaya. I hear you're gonna be in Indianapolis soon. We should get in contact with each other. On Sundays, 8:30, 11:30. That's when church starts. I think you should come with me. I think you'll have a good time. I'll save you a spot for you. A special, particular spot for you. Like, definitely come to church with me, brother Kanye. So, when you're in the Indianapolis area, just hit me back. Okay, talk to you soon. He going to church with me.
You did have a song saying, hey, "Father, I stretch my hands." Hey, you need to come to the altar.
I'm taking Kanye to church with me.
I would if I got his voicemail, I would tell him like, yo, yay.
Nah, this
is serious.
You
like,
about
this
to say
is
something
mad
real
serious.
deep.
Like, yo, yeah, like you helped raise like a whole generation. Like you inspired, a group of young people, people of color. You enlightened us. Your verses on All Falls Down. You know what I mean? Arguably your greatest song ever. Arguably. I mean, we can argue that. As far as like it's being a hit and you're saying something simultaneously.
You feel that song when you listen to it. At least I do.
It's a hit and you're saying something. It's very rare that you get both of those. But anyways, I would say, hey man, you inspired, enlightenment, you know what I mean? And you empowered minority young people, Hispanics, blacks, your city of Chicago. And it's very disheartening to hear that you support someone who completely opposes those views that you, or those thoughts that you had, back then.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say to him. I would say, man, you're really doing us a, I don't want to say a disservice, but you're letting us down. We champion you, and we can no longer champion you. Like, you mean more. Once you get to a certain point where people have poured into you so much and have elevated you to a level that you are, it's more than just about you. So I don't know. I would say something along those lines, like, yo,
that's deep. I almost cried.
It's more. It's more than just about Kanye right now.
Oh, that reminds me of the J. Cole False Prophet song.
Yeah.
Was he talking about Kanye?
Of course he was talking about Kanye. And the crazy thing is, J. Cole released False Prophets, and it made him look like a prophet. He released False Prophet a year ago.
Yep.
Now he looks like a prophet.
Like, I feel like Kanye has always been kind of a jerk.
He's been a jerk. He said all the things that were correct to say. He just didn't. What made him a jerk was he didn't abide by that whole "there's a time and a place."
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Sometimes, and sometimes his actions with the Taylor Swift thing, like sometimes some of that stuff is just uncalled for. Like,
accurate though.
You can speak your mind on how you want to speak it, but like you said, there's a time and a place. And I felt like, we all knew that eventually his reign would come to an end, but this drastically like this, that's what I did not picture in my mind.
I don't think it's an end. I just think it's crazy. Like, this album don't probably sell. It's not outsell this last album. Just because of the controversy.
I'm gonna listen to it. I don't even know if I like him like that, but I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to a shawty and see what it's about. But yeah, I just did not back then. I didn't picture him being how he is now. I guess
I would also tell him that the track that he dropped with T.I. is trash. It's legit trash.
Garbango.
Sweat butt juice. It's trash.
Strong.
Sweat.
It's trash.
That sounds terrible.
Well, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I could be, kind of emotional, but hey, guess what?
You missed the old Kanye.
Guess what? We've all been there. Hey, listen, man. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Culturally Correct Podcast. Definitely appreciate you guys. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. I dang near feel like your mom should be listening to this podcast, like, real talk. Hopefully we can have Kamaya back. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Soon, very soon.
I'm down whenever.
Yeah. I know you have an event coming up. Go ahead, kick that one time.
Yeah, May 17th. If you're in the Indianapolis area, we got Life Jennings and Sunshine Anderson coming to the Vogue Theater. It's about to be popping off. We got quite a few tickets sold right now. So if you have not got your tickets, you need to obtain them ASAP.
Where can we do that at?
Oh, you can do it on the Vogue's website. So go to the Vogue, thevogue.com. Check it out. Buy some tickets there.
You know what? Me and the wife have not been out since the baby.
Shameful.
Yeah, well,
the baby's new though. It's not really that bad. I take that.
She nurses.
Yeah.
And so,
y'all gotta come out.
Boobs, you know what I mean? They start hurting, they start filling up, and it's like, yo, it's kind of unattractive to be like out and about and having a good time with your husband, and then you gotta go park, in the car. I gotta put up sweaters and stuff in the windshield to make sure
you get no intruder.
Nobody can see. So anyways, I say all that to say that I think that's probably gonna be, the first time we step out. Yeah,
it'd be good to see y'all out. Definitely be good to see y'all out.
We gonna double date?
Yeah. I'm there. I'm in that thing.
Hey.
All right. Boom.
I had to make sure it's the 17th.
That's
Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
8 p.m.
Yep. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9.
First come, first serve seating type
They got VIP.
If you get
right?
VIP, you can sit. Balcony area, chill out. They got 2 bars up there, so you don't have to be trying to fight people to get a drink.
What's the VIP cost?
$80.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an intimate venue, place. So like it ain't like he's super far away. Like you ain't gotta wear binoculars for seeing.
I went and seen.
I like space. I always get the VIP.
You want to go see who?
Snarky Puppy.
I've heard of them, but I have not listened to them myself.
That's a very.
I've heard good things about them.
Eclectic.
I've heard really, really good things about them. Actually.
They're amazing. All right. Well, hey, listen. That's that. Wrong, man. Anything you want to say to the people before we cut out?
Listen, I know some people on the podcast who know where I was coming from today. I know I'm not in this alone.
You're still pleading his case. Wrong. Listen, I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure there's quite a few people out there who have been in the same situation.
It's just a scare.
More than 2, less than 5.
Listen.
Yeah, go ahead and get it
I'm
out.
glad my life has changed.
Yeah, me too.
I'm happy to. Yeah.
Hey, man, it's a Culturally Correct podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We out of here.
Yep.